Big. 459. 459.
$4.51 still.
Still
Well, they say they sold. So they put them out in the snow and get the truck.
Still 459.
Still. That's what.
5 o'clock. Call the meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Open Public Meetings Act statement.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was forwarded to the official township newspapers posted on the bulletin board and township website. This meeting is being videotaped and will be on Channel 9.
Roll call.
Mr. Doyle?
Here.
Mr. Fiorella?
Here.
Mr. Marsh?
Here.
Mayor Bruno?
Here. Can I get a motion to open the first public portion for the resolution below?
Make a motion for the first public portion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to close the first public portion?
Motion to close.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to appointing Resolution 3926, appointing special counsel for affordable housing matters and COAH-related litigation.
I'm going to make a motion for Serenian, Edwards, Buzak, and Nolan.
Second.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Fiorella?
Yes.
Mr. Marsh?
Hell, yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes. Can I get a motion to open the second public portion?
Make a motion to open
Comments?
second public portion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Good evening. An accident? No, it's done on purpose.
There it
Larry. There
is.
you go.
Yeah.
That button that says on or off, I think will not work.
Well, you know, usually, when the public is accommodated with the transparent nature of this meeting, they usually turn the microphone on, but I'm happy to help out. That's the way I am.
Appreciate it.
First of all, I wanted to say, Mr. Mayor and Township Committeeman, it's been a tough week, no question about it, in terms of that storm and that ice. And to the first responders, to the firemen, to the police officers, and especially the people like Tim out there on those snow plows, thank you. What a thankless job, except if you're doing some driveways. A quote was just given for one driveway for $500, which, yeah, that's pretty good. It's been ranging between 100 and 180. If you can do 100 a day, that's 18,000. That's not too bad. Not tax-free too, right? No, I'm sure it's declared, but in any case, those people are out there doing it. But even nicer are the people out on the roads in Franklin Township helping a school bus that was stuck today, pushing people on the ice, off the ice, helping them out of their driveways, accommodating people, which is what this town is all about. And thank you very much to everybody that did that. We're blessed to have that type of person in Franklin Township. And again, I'm sure that there's lots of liability out there for Tim. He has to have everybody with a CDL license driving those trucks, or at least most of them, and all the contracts he has. And good luck with doing all that work. Secondly, today, I'd like to say this. I don't know the firm. I certainly will do the research on it. Hopefully you did your due diligence and you picked somebody that'll do a great job in terms of defending Franklin Township from the vagaries of people that want to exploit us. And sometimes that exploitation comes from within, and sometimes it comes from without. But we'll talk more about that in the future. And again, I just would say this, that everything in my mind, Mr. Mayor, goes back to a decision that was made by the zoning board. A decision that was made by the zoning board to initiate a suit to keep a solar field from going on Fry's Mill Road. In hindsight, wouldn't it be nice to have that rateable? Wouldn't it be nice to not have the trucks? Wouldn't it be nice to not have the houses? Wouldn't it be nice to not have the schools? Wouldn't that be nice? But we didn't do that. And when we lost the suit, we appealed it and spent what, hundreds of thousands of tax dollars, which I don't think you gentlemen ever voted on. It would be nice at some point in the future with your new solicitor that we are given an indication that suits are going to take place, that it's not done in private, and that all the township committee people know that a suit is taking place. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Jake and Mike, I know where you'll be tonight. I will be there with you, and I'm sure we will talk to each other in a friendly fashion because I don't hate anybody. Jake, I've made mistakes. You've made mistakes. I made plenty of mistakes as mayor. You've made plenty of mistakes as mayor. And here's the simple fact of life. We all make mistakes. We never make perfect picks. I made a mistake in somebody that I supported for office. I tried to erase that mistake when the opportunity was given to me. You make mistakes in people you hire. You make mistakes in people that you think are loyal to you and are doing their job and not in any way putting the township in peril. But when you learn you make a mistake, you erase the mistake. When you appoint somebody to the township committee that's interested in enriching themselves and not the township, you get rid of that person. This is a nice town. It's a great town. My grandparents have been here, my parents, my grandchildren. 100 years of Kennedy's, poor town. The nice thing is, we know you, you know me. I like you, Jake. I like you, Mike. I really do. And you guys will try to do what you think is best. Finally, I'd like to welcome Jackie. You know, one time a person said, Harry Kennedy can't be all bad because his mother is the nicest person I've ever met. She's out there at the St. Vincent de Paul Society. She does wonderful things. Jackie, you can't be all bad because you got a great kid that's a good lawyer. And finally, Barb, I'd like to welcome you back. It's been so long since you've been here. I thought maybe you wouldn't be here this year, but what a pleasure to see you again. Bye-bye.
Good timing.
Dave Marshall, 67 New Road. I didn't get a response back, so I didn't have a chance to research the firm at all. But how many RFPs were there that had applied?
6.
6 total. And what made you choose this one specifically?
Me personally?
Well, just asking, what questions you asked, like, what was the reason you went with this firm?
Their experience that they have in the COAH. They've been in this since day one. And I read the qualification sheet, and I was very impressed. And I made a couple phone calls to attorneys that I know, too.
That's what I was asking for, what kind of research.
Yeah.
Assuming everybody else had the same thing, or were there any other questions you guys had for it? Just, again, you're picking someone who's going to represent us in one of the biggest situations this township's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice to have the right people. So I'm just curious, how'd you vet?
Same way Mike said. Last meeting, you were complaining we took too long to get a lawyer. That's because we were trying to find the right one.
Well, I was just wondering why you hadn't found a lawyer. I didn't say you took too long. I was wondering why you hadn't found one. Especially because it's been going on for years. That's why I was asking.
Well, it's been going on since January.
Well, I think it's been since 1984, somewhere
Yeah,
around
but we
there,
haven't
I
had the
guess.
same lawyer since 1984.
And what was the reason that lawyer decided not to?
The lawyer we were using was through the solicitor's firm. We didn't put in for it.
Okay. No other, like I said, I know you went by experience. I'm just wondering what other questions were asked.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of them, but I was hoping the lawyer would be here tonight so we could ask them, but I was going to.
This
We'll
firm,
try to have the
yeah.
lawyer at the next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this,
We'll be able to ask questions at that point, or directed through you.
Yeah, I'm assuming that we're not gonna bring him here just to sit here and look at everybody.
I would say get a list of, we had this conversation 2 years ago. I remember you got up, you were real upset about Cohen. The onion, you were peeling back layers and getting to the bottom of it. And I said to you, you're a smart guy, I challenge you to look into this and take the time. Give us some advice. Because we were all racking our brains and talking to people. You came back the next meeting and said, I gotta say, you guys are painted in a corner with this, and there's not a lot of options. So we're open for suggestions. Complaints are complaints, suggestions would be great. You're fighting the state of New Jersey. It's simple.
Makes it a little tougher for that.
State, there is no enemy in Franklin. The enemy is in Trenton.
I'll
But
get
if
back
you
to
have
Oh,
any
I've sent
info,
multiple emails to those
send
of
it
you
in.
over the years on this,
No, but that's the point. If
But I just-
you know,
with different suggestions.
we're open ears on this because none of us have successfully sued the state against affordable housing.
No, I understand. But I'll dig back through some of those old emails, but like a little thumbs up or something when you get them would be nice, just so that you acknowledge that you got them.
Well, the problem is the requirements have changed. So anything you researched prior to, the state changed all the
They
rules.
keep changing with each round.
And that's the frustrating
Yeah.
thing, because in the last round, we were not in a bad position, and then the rules changed. So we just researched the new ones.
Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Sally, 560 Delta Drive in Malibu. I do believe we worked with Jeff Serenian before in the past.
I think so, someone had told me that.
And hopefully he doesn't disappoint, but I think in this case, he's a solid choice. But I'm glad also that you're open to suggestions, because I'd like to give you one. I took a look, Harry had posted the maps, the proposed maps that the developer, has on eCourts through the file. They're publicly available through eCourts. And what I noticed is you have three major development proposed, that they're proposing at the same time. Off of Pennsylvania Avenue, Fry's Mill,
Oak.
and Oak. And obviously, no developer with any sensibility whatsoever is going to build 5,000 units and then put on the market 5,000.
No, they're gonna build 25% of the, market rate houses and then walk away.
Well, whatever they do, it's not going to be 5,000 units. And my concern is if you're in a situation, I'm going to address this to Jackie, actually, just to be safe since I'm an attorney also. If you're in a situation where they're asking you to do something else with some of the properties and compromise, I would encourage you to be very careful in doing that, because even if you reach an agreement with this developer, it doesn't stop the next developer from doing the same exact thing. So, I would be more inclined to call their bluff than I would to say, okay, we'll settle for, 1,000 units, but also these other, warehouses or whatever other use they're going to propose, you substitute in to get rid of the concept of 5,000 units that will, in all likelihood, not happen in the immediate future anyway. The other thing that I was going to suggest is, I know Mark the other day had said about, well, we don't want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawsuits, and that's why we settled the original COAH. Well, you're spending it anyway, because this is a lawsuit despite the settlement challenging the areas where you agreed to on the settlement. So I wouldn't be afraid, the township does, spend plenty of money and has forever on legal bills. I wouldn't be afraid to do it as it relates to COAH. So that's my suggestion. Don't settle for something that provides for fewer affordable houses or market rate houses, but put some other alternative use that nobody wants either in, because those houses still become available to the next developer to threaten the township with. And fight what gets the COAH projects further along, fight it, because things go away over time. Green wasted, they fought for 10 years and then eventually went away. So
I agree
that's
with
my
you.
suggestion. Through Jackie, I know that's awkward, because I'm trying to talk to the
I
committee.
think
I don't want
that's the
do anything
strategy that
incorrect.
we have not conceded to anything. And if you look at the parcels they picked, people are complaining there's no public transportation and there's trees. They got the biggest, cheapest pieces of land to fit the most houses. It's not about what's
Well,
good
and they
for
don't
Franklin.
actually have any of the land. What they have
It's
agreements.
contract.
is a
Centers.
contract with contingency.
Sure.
And on the Pennsylvania Avenue property, they have taken the time, if you look at the filings with the clerk's office, they've done the EPA surveys and the DEP surveys and everything. They've done all the legal requirements for DEP and EPA studies only on the Pennsylvania Avenue property. They have not done it for Oak Road, they have not done it for Fry's Mill, which kind of tells you where they're actually planning on developing. But I would encourage you not to compromise the other two properties in the interest of settling a lawsuit.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to close the second public portion?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? You gotta wait, all in favor? Aye. Motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
All in favor? All in favor?